my take on this is why are we 1 foot in? Can we just go all the way in? This clearly is useful, and it's like being shown, hey, we've got this really accurate system, but we're only going to tease it a little bit. We're only going to wait till the umpire really messes up, and then you gotta call upon it. I don't understand. This isn't how calling challenges in football where they review the film and then they make a decision and the officials make a decision. You have I don't even know the word to describe it. You have an entity, an extra entity that is providing its opinion that has no relationship with the batter, the pitcher, the catcher, or the umpire.
Yeah.
I know that you want nothing to do with the ABS challenge system,
correct,
but I think that they need to go all in. This is clearly accurate. Why are we wasting our time with this?
I hate that we are losing humanity with the ABS system. Ask soccer fans how they feel about VAR, and they will get back to you very passionately about what it's done to the game.
I don't talk to soccer fans.
I understand, as you shouldn't. But how they've been operating with the ABS system so far this year, I don't hate it. I don't. I think it's fine right now. If it's just used as a limited challenge and we go and we see through the box, and if the ball dinged the rectangle, which is what all the nerds and dorks and freaks and geeks want, so be it. But the second that it's like, oh, we don't have a guy behind the plate, I'm over it. I'm completely punched out, because you still have a umpire factor. You still have an umpire calling balls and strikes. You're still letting pitchers get away with one. You're still letting hitters get away with one. But it's reduced, and you're holding the umpires a little bit more accountable, which I can respect. And I will acknowledge it's not as terrible and world breaking that I thought it would be. Planes aren't falling out of the sky because of ABS. We're not going to wars because of ABS. It's not as cataclysmic as I thought it would be. But one more step forward, I punch out, because right now it's good. Would you say it's good? Do you mind? Because I don't like instant replay all the time. Football is just instant replay now. I need less instant replay.
It's very quick, but the thing that I'm pointing out here, it's very funny how it kind of works, because it's not like the instant replay that we're used to with basketball and football, where they go, all right, we got to go look at this. And then somebody hovers over a monitor and they look at it.
Yeah.
It is a yes or no answer that is displayed to us. And that there's no debate. It's just, boom, here's the answer. I find it really funny because we could be using that the entire game. Why are we at the whims of an umpire who's practically guessing most of the time?
It's a game for kids, Joe. It's a game for kids.
What does that mean?
It's a game. It's a sport. It doesn't need it. It doesn't. The second that we remove the human officiating, it's just accuracy challenge. That's all it is. It's just accuracy challenge. You got a big 6'8" moron with long hair trying to hit the top corners of the zone. You're not trying to do a pitch mix. That's all. It's all it's going to be, man.
Reject that completely. All it adjusts and changes is the accuracy of the calls. You think that pitchers are going to completely just stop trying?
If they can get strikes where the bottom millimeter of a baseball can hit the very top millimeter of the digital strike zone, which so many umpires and catchers and batters and pitchers would call a ball, but technically, because a fragment of it, a hair of the baseball went into the zone, they would call it a strike. Then it becomes accuracy challenge. And then we see specialty pitchers that are just, all they're doing is trying to hit the top corners. And they try to paint the corners right now, but they leave some in. They push some out. And all it's going to be.
Wait, you don't think that there wouldn't be some sort of counter reaction by batters for understanding that there's going to be multiple?
Yeah, but you can't hit those pitches. It's like free farming
zones all over where the pitch is going to be going.
The way the evolution of baseball would go would be similar to the evolution of basketball, where because of analytics and because of the numbers and because of a digital framework, we now know the most successful thing you could do is either walk a guy going for the pinpoint, very corner tic-tac strike, or you never throw it down the middle anymore. We're like, where's the post game gone? Well, basketball's been solved. You've seen those theories and people talking about how basketball has just been solved. They can't get better with it. There's not a more efficient way to score points. There's not a more efficient way to go through the game. That's what baseball is going to turn into. Less home runs, less hits, accuracy challenge, which makes it more boring. And that's what I foresee what happens if we adopt a full ABS system.
The sport is already relatively boring. It's improved. It's improved dramatically recently.
Yes, agreed.
It's been a much more efficient. The games move a lot quicker. They're much easier, more digestible to watch. I love the fact that these games are 2.5 hours now because you can just sit down, you rip through these innings. It's no longer where it almost feels like you're doing homework sometimes when the game is slow and there's not a lot of hits.
Pitch clock's great.
I think that it is. I think that this increases the efficiency and it also removes. Why are we like forcing human error? It's proving that these umpires, most of them aren't good. Most of them are flawed. You know what it's turning into? You had CB Buckner who sucks.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get replaced.
Yeah, let's make all the players robots too and put them in a jet paint.
That's not what I'm suggesting.
Where else does it go? If we're saying the umpires aren't perfect.
Nobody's asking for that. But my point is that you're now increasing the scrutiny of these umpires. And then these umpires are going to get fired. Who are you supposed to call up to replace them? More shit umpires, other worse umpires.
I think you'd be surprised at how good most umpires are behind the plate. I think you'd be very surprised at their accuracy of calling balls and strikes.
So Joe talked about this, by the way, when I had Joe C on, how basically he was saying that a lot of these younger umpires and more with the times and understanding the technology, they're the ones that are embracing it and are more accurate. CB Buckner is a fossil and he is turning and showing that he needs to be removed from the game. But I understand that you're saying that most of the umpires are fine, but I don't know where you're supposed to find these replacements because just generally across sports, officiating is incredibly inconsistent.
Good. Like you win some, you lose some. It's part of sport.
Why are we forcing upon?
Because it's imperfection. It's the human beauty of sport is that sometimes it doesn't go your way. And I know that doesn't click in your brain.
No,
but it's part of the beauty of sport.
It does click in my brain. The point is that you're missing what I'm getting at here. I am not saying that this is a more perfect solution and that we need to lean into the solution.
It's perfect right now. Don't touch it.
No, I think that it's really stupid that we go through the game and then suddenly like, oh, here's the let's go to the screen. The screen's going to tell us what the right answer was.
Mm-hmm.
Why we have the answer, we're being robbed of the answer the entire game, and then boom, suddenly it's like, oh hey, we could have been getting these correct more often.
It's also nice to blame the umpire. That's something that baseball fans love doing and players and managers love doing.
But take the ABS completely out of it. Do one or the other. I'm not saying that we need to go with the full robot to embrace technology in the future. I'm saying that it is very clunky and awkward that we go through most of the game and then suddenly like, oh shit, we knew where the ball went. Look, we had a clear defined line where the ball was, but you could only determine it a couple times a game.
It's all about the TV product. They know that instant replay keeps people's attention on the screen more. You can start advertising next to the instant replay. You have let's see the call moment instead of sitting there and watching the game thoroughly. Like, I know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to juice up baseball more with instant replay. And fine, you have a decision that you can be told what it is, what it isn't. But many baseball fans, before a strike zone box ever came on the TV, had to make those decisions. And they got to yell at the ump like they're at the game. But now it's all being manufactured for TV instead of the in-person product or the sport itself. It's unhealthy for the sport itself, while it may be healthy for TV and be like, oh man, all these stupid slack-jawed idiots that love baseball, quote unquote, will just be sitting there like, oh, ABS. Yeah, they got that right, man. Yeah, I'm satisfied. That was the dopamine hit I needed. It's just dopamine farming, man. It's BS. Baseball's supposed to be slow. It's supposed to be boring. You speed it up with the pitch clock. I was in heaven. I was like, oh, perfect. You gave it a little juice. Perfect. It's great. The balls aren't all dead. The balls aren't all juiced. Like, it's great. We got in a great spot. And now it's just being a made-for-TV product. It's just literally going to become accuracy challenge with someone you don't really care about in a jersey for the team that you may or may not indifferently root for. It's BS, man.
I think that is an extreme conclusion.
It's where it goes. Do you think people like the NBA now, or do you think they liked it more in 2003? You be real about the regular season. You be real about the sport of basketball.
I can't speak on that because I was barely cognizant at 5 years old.
How about 2010? Before Steph Curry. Pre-Steph Curry, do you think people like basketball more? The sport itself.
But I think that there's other...
How is that possible?
There's other issues that have, I think, impacted the sport more than three-point shooting. I think that more of the issues that have impacted basketball are half the time most of the stars are not playing. There's too many games.
That hurts the sport also. But why would they play? If analytically I can take a couple games off, it won't really hurt my bottom line. And it won't hurt the bottom line of our win total. People won't hit anymore. People won't slap anymore. There will be no baseball strategy aside from protect the very fluttering corners of the zone. That's all it's going to be. It'll be walk fest.
That's going to do it from us, folks. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We will be back on Thursday at 6 p.m. We'll talk to you later.